Breaking news, folks. The truce is officially over. Tadej Pogačar has opened his mouth again, and Team Visma just hurled their water bottles across Europe in response. It's stage 15 of the 2025 Tour de France, or as it's now officially referred to in Visma headquarters, the day of the betrayal. Let's set the scene. Yonas Fingergar, the defending champ, projector of watts, prince of Zone 2, crashes. It's chaotic, it's painful, it's Tour de France carnage at its finest. But while Yonas is dusting off his dignity and half his skin on the side of the road, 3 Team Visma guys are trying to get in the breakaway. And that's when it happened. Tadej, the noble white knight of cycling morality, simply couldn't take it anymore. Section 1. The quote heard round the world. In a post-stage interview, Tadej Pogačar gave us the kind of spicy quote that makes you cancel dinner plans. The thing that bothered me was that there were 3 Visma guys trying to go in the break again. Say what now? You mean Team Visma, known for their gentle, nurturing, crash-sensitive race philosophy, were racing? Apparently, this scandalous move of trying to win while your team leader is somewhere in the bushes was simply too much for Tadej. He expected unity, brotherhood, a slow-motion musical montage of the entire peloton forming a human chain to lift Yonas back onto his bike. Instead, breakaway attempts, offensive, cruel, practically crazy. And thus began the great Pogačar-Visma beef of 2025. Section 2. Wout van Aert loses his patience, and maybe his PR filter. Wout van Aert, known for his thighs, his power meter obsession, and now his sudden descent into clapback Twitter energy, responded with, quote, I think it's quite funny what Tadej is saying because in the end, it was super clear that he also wanted to have Wellins in the breakaway yesterday, so they're doing the same thing. Translation. Tadej, please remove yourself from the moral high horse and hop on the hypocrite bike like the rest of us. But it doesn't end there. Wout was just getting warmed up, like a microwave full of passive-aggressive fury. Quote, if I look back to when Yonas was held up by the crash, I think there was an easy solution. We were 25 guys and they were all jumping to get in the breakaway. If Tadej went back to the peloton where Yonas was, he could have shown real sportsmanship. Boom. That's right. In Wout's world, the true hero of stage 15 wasn't the guy not crashing, it was a guy who should have turned around to help his biggest rival. Quote, sorry Yonas, I know we've spent 4 years trying to destroy each other's careers and publicly defend or pretend like we like each other, but today I'm yours. I'll tow you back personally while Wellins goes for the break. Section 3. Yonas Fingergar and the art of being forgotten. Let's take a moment of silence for Yonas Fingergar, not because he's gone, but because absolutely no one on his team seemed to notice that he was held up. At the very least, you might expect a radio check-in like, hey guys, has anyone seen Yonas? Nope, but Wout's up the road and he's only down 17 seconds on the KOM points. The man won 2 Tour de France's, and he got ghosted harder than a cycling influencer after the off-season. And then came the best part. When asked about why nobody waited for Yonas, Team Visma essentially said, meh. We wanted to ride for the stage win. That's why we're in the front of the race. In other words, Yonas sweetie, we love you, but we also love TV time and sponsor obligations. You're strong, mate. You'll figure it out. This is like leaving your best friend at the airport baggage claim and texting him later, sorry bro, Uber was surge pricing. Section 4. A masterclass in hypocrisy, or the Wellins Effect. Now, Wout van Aert in his glorious vent session didn't just criticise Tadej's attitude, oh no, he bought receipts. Exhibit A, the curious case of Tim Wellens. Wout pointed out that, quote, it was super clear that Pogačar also wanted to have Wellins in the breakaway yesterday. Wait a second, is Wout implying that UAE also had riders up the road while their GC guy was busy racing? Could it be that they too are trying to enjoy to win stages? My goodness, someone alert the ethics committee. In this cycling, where double standards are as common as discarded gel wrappers, everyone sends teammates into breakaways, everyone forgets to wait, everyone lies about, quote, race radio being broken. What makes this feud so funny is that everyone is correct and everyone also completely full of it. Tadej pretends to be outraged like he wasn't begging Wellins to go full kamikaze off the front just one day earlier. Team Visma pretends that they're all a well-oiled unit, but they left Yonas like a sock in a laundromat. At the end of the day, it's just one big game of do as I say, not as I race. Section 5. The tour's prettiest stage and what it really means. Let's be real, this whole stage 15 debacle has nothing to do with sportsmanship or team loyalty or even respect. It has everything to do with the psychological battle between two men who would rather lose a kidney than lose a tour. Tadej's quote was basically a passive-aggressive subtweet in a live interview room. He's not really mad about Visma's breakaway attempts, he's just toying with them, making fun of them. He's just kinda mad that Yonas didn't lose more time. Wout van Aert's response? Well, he was also pretty annoyed, you can tell. His response was less about ethics and more about defending his own GPS line on Strava. But the results are golden. Now we have a public feud over sportsmanship, a back and forth between Tadej personally and entire Team Visma, with the rest of UAE riders not really wanting to get involved, and Yonas, the poor guy who actually, got held up by this crash, being completely ignored by everyone, while his teammates argue with the goat of cycling about abstract concepts like morality and who weighted less hard. You know what this means, right? More drama, more quotes, and more glorious content here on this channel. Except, the next UAE press release to accuse Team Visma of not bringing Yonas snacks after his crash. Except Team Visma to respond by pointing out Tadej once forgot to hold the elevator open for Almeida at the hotel. It's petty, it's beautiful, it's cycling drama. So, there you have it, folks. Tadej Pogačar accused Team Visma of heartlessly trying to win a bike race while their leader they're supposed to be supporting was basically crashed. Team Visma responded by saying that Tadej could have won a Nobel Peace Prize by turning around. Wout van Aert proved himself as a man of principles, those principles being, don't dish if you also do it. And Yonas Fingergar is still waiting on someone to pick him up from stage 15. Maybe try and hop over and get the car down with the kids. Thanks for watching today's video. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of the latest cycling drama, cycling results and cycling news. Leave a like on this video to support my work and also consider commenting down below your opinions to let me know what you think about this all. See you guys tomorrow.